Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody on planet Earth. Hope you're all having a good day. Right, today's video, I have got an awful lot to say because apparently Prince Harry has spoken to an old Etonian friend and told him that he feels like his finger has been cut off. So, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about the Sussex machine. And for those of you new to my channel, 2 months ago, the Sussex squad tried to home invade our home. Actually, I'll play a little bit first, just to give you a flavour. This is what a lot of people, a lot of you commentators out there, a lot of YouTubers have had to put up with for years. Hang on. Let's just hit play. We'll just get this bit at the beginning. Yeah, police had to turn up. I called the police, I had to dial 999. I'll just go back, we'll come back to that. If I press play from there. Now, if I pause, this lady here at the front trying to break in, and this one here, they're what we call gitanos. They'll do anything for a buck. You know, you go to them, say, give you €100, break into that house, they'll do it. But this lady and this lady, well, that's another matter, isn't it? This was 2 months ago while Graham was seriously ill, and they knew it. And before this happened, there were sugar accounts, troll accounts, stalking dangerous accounts on X that were claiming they were going to do something like this, and then they did it. That's normally the way it happens. They threaten. Well, shall I play you the threats? I've spoken to the Duchess of Sussex, and she's told me she's okay for me to use her video that she put up, and I'm so glad she did. So you'll have to bear with me because I've got no editing facilities. Yeah, let's just watch that again. There's a lot more of this footage, a lot more, which I put on Twitter at the time. And as soon as I've got editing facilities, it's on Graham's channel, Baron Flying Club. And why he called it this, I don't know, lost iPhone scam, beware, because that's what they were claiming. They were claiming their iPhone was inside our house. As soon as police turned up, they went, oh, it's updated, it's streets away, so sorry, it's all a misunderstanding, like a misremembering. Yeah, this is kind of the shit we've had to put up with. But it gets better, because there's a message for you guys from the Sussex machine. Right, clear. Nars Sussex, fabulous YouTuber. She is one of the best archivers. I think she is the best archiver. And her name was featured on Harry and Meghan's Netflix docuseries. Bear with me. Oh yes, the Markles Terror Squad. Now. I'll get it to the right point. She archived the Sussex Squad podcast where they basically said they're going to come after you, they're going to come after your family, your friends. You're going to hear how these people talk. And I think it's very, very, very important. Now, first she gets up a tweet where it says, the derangers are mad, they can't come on our platform to spew hate, right? What, like, this is years ago. Back in the day when people were like, I'm not sure about Meghan Markle. According to these people, that was hate and racism. Yes, we moderate every single comment. Like we told the trolls on Facebook, if you come on our platforms, you lose your right to privacy. We will find you, call your jobs, contact your families, etc. Try it and see what will happen. Now, so let's hear the lady, like, speaking, shall we?
It's still happening to us right now, somewhere. You have no free speech on any of our platforms.
This is Nars Sussex speaking.
We will expose you. Ask the troll.
Now, let's go forward a bit because she actually plays this woman and this is how they talk.
All right, so can you send me a link of Lisa Frame? I did.
I have to add, this lady here has had to, I believe, has had to shut her Twitter account because of the Sussex machine hate campaign. But you're going to love this. These are little darlings.
Bringing us, I'm excited. So, yes. Sorry, so I can't do more than one thing at a time. So when you guys hear me just like ramble on, it's because I can't do more than one thing at a time. All right, so the next thing I wanted to talk about real quickly is there are a bunch of racists on Facebook, right? And they decided that they were going to vomit all.
I hasten to add, I've never been on their Facebook, and I dare say none of you have, but they seem to be complaining about people who've been on their Facebook, and they say they're racist. Now, if you bear in mind that Harry and Meghan had a perfect platform on Netflix, and they had a whole episode dedicated with Christopher Boozy, who, by the way, is on this podcast. He participated in this podcast, and Leah laughed at the idea of them tracking down people's children and grandchildren. Oh yeah, you were going to hear it all. This is all, by the way, this is a video review for YouTube. Not that the Duchess of Sussex would strike me, but you never know. Or Megsy might not like this being out there. Oops.
All over our YouTube channel, right? They were going to vomit all over our YouTube channel, and what they don't realize that when they did that, you know, the one thing YouTube gives us the ability of is to track people, right? Mm-hmm. So we can track people.
Whoa. Sorry, that is not true. YouTube does not give anyone the ability to track anybody. Now, back in the day, when certain people had IPP, oh, and don't forget, Harry and Meghan have been up on stage with the social media platforms. Remember all that? Mindfulness online. And then they stopped cooperating. Google basically must have said to Harry, we can't do this. We're losing revenue. You're asking us to demonetize YouTubers. You're asking us to throw people's channels off. You're asking us to block commentators. We're losing business. Because then Harry went up on stage and complained and said, oh, I know that you might lose a little bit of money, shareholders, but surely it's worth it. But because a prince asked, you know, he's so important, isn't he? So I think that's what this lady means. We have access. YouTube will give us information. Now, this is back in the day. Who was it at YouTube doing this? I can't imagine.
People on Facebook and off of Facebook. And here are examples of some of the vile people on Facebook. In addition to them, like we have all their information, okay? We literally have all of their information, and they don't know that we can see and we can actually track them on and off Facebook.
Really?
And so what I'm going to be doing is I kept a copy of these people, but what I'm also going to be doing is that on our website, we'll be putting all of their personal information. Where they went to school, where they lived, their daughter's name, their granddaughter's name, where they were, all of that stuff on our website. And
did you hear that? So this Sussex machine that Sophie was talking about, they track you down, they find out where you went to school, where your kids go to school, where your grandkids go to school. And what are they going to do with that? They're going to put it on a website?
And whatever happens, happens. If you want to come on Facebook and be racist, then we're going to make sure that you are known.
Whoa. What is the definition of racism? I'm not sure about Meghan Markle. Do you think Meghan Markle's telling the truth? You know, like kind of the things Piers Morgan said. I don't think I believe her. That's racism, yeah.
For being a racist, and your kids are known that their parents are racist, and your grandkids are known that their grandmother are racist. Okay, so like, you can do what you want, but we're not going to let you continue to be racist in peace. Okay? We're not going to let you to be racist in peace. We're going to go after your kids. We're going to go after your grandkids. And we're going to put it on our website.
Well, you're going to go after people's kids. You're going to go, oh yeah, I know. They went after our kids. Yep, they do. They hold their word. They go after our kids and tried to break into our home and a ton of other stuff. I mean, you can see it's all on my channel. You go back. In fact, interestingly enough, if you go back to one of my early videos, you'll see how nice I was about Prince Harry. And I even wrote to Prince Harry. I wrote a letter urging him to sit down and do an interview with Piers Morgan, to just open it up and discuss it and talk to his friends and talk to Meghan's father and talk to the royal family and deal with this problem. I was really nice. And over the years, obviously you can't watch all the videos because there's a lot of them, I've lost my patience bit by bit because of this Sussex machine.
And we won't put it on Facebook because, Facebook will not let us. But if you come on our Facebook and you spew any racist content, we will come after you. We will come after you. We will come after your family. We will come after everyone that you know. And legally, we'll come after you legally.
Really?
So just so you know, you can do what you want. You can come on our timeline and do whatever you want, but understand that the moment you decide, you make that decision that this is who you're going to be and what you're going to do, that now you're giving us permission to expose you, to come after your kids, to come after your grandkids, to come after your friends. Okay? So please, if you are a deranger and you are in the comments, please comment. We want to hear from you. We want to hear how much you hate Area Megan. Please tell us, okay? Tell us how much you hate us. Please, thank you, because it's so easy. All right, I'm gonna welcome Miss Hester Praying to the podcast, and we're gonna move through this podcast.
They're little darlings, aren't they? So.
I couldn't have said it better now, Sussex. Aren't they revolting and repulsive? This is what this lady's up against at the moment. Now, oh yeah, Harry. Harry feels like he lost a finger, doesn't he? Let's listen about Harry's finger. Let's get this straight, Hazza. You're the one who went to the press and made a big announcement. Oh, it was a leak, was it? But I said at the time, I believe Harry leaked that. Just like he accused his brother of leaking and briefing against him. That's what I believe. I mean, I don't think it was this lady who leaked it, was it? I mean, it wasn't her statement. And she has said herself that he made the decision to authorise the release of that statement. I said at the time, and I mean, I was on a live with Niall Sussex, and I said, of course it was Harry who released that. It was obvious it was Harry. But then after that, this lady's put her face and her mouth and her money put her money on the line. And all Harry could come out was sources. And of course, he's been criticised for that. Oh, little chicken, using sources. Well, now he's using a school friend. I'll read it out to you, shall I? You've probably read it yourselves. But I mean, oh, poor little boo-boo. Let's all feel sorry for poor little boo-boo. Because this Sussex machine, it is my firm belief, organised that attempted home invasion. They came with a fucking ladder. Not just a little ladder, like a 30-foot double-up ladder. And they started to climb through the back. I had to dial 911 twice. The police were here in about 3.5 minutes. Oh, and then the story changed. Oh, the iPhone isn't in the house after all. But the Gitanos had been outside the house for about an hour, stalking. And I was on the roof in the morning and I thought, who are these women? Why are they all walking around the house? And then one of them knocked on the door and said, I've lost my phone. Have you seen my phone? And Graham went, I said, no, what's it look like? Graham came to the door and he went, go away, fuck off, shut the door. He could see they were garbage. And then the two black ladies turned up. And that's when the action happened. And they weren't involved. Their hands were clean. They kept back a little distance. Right. Prince Harry breaks silence on Sentibali charity row as pal makes brutal statement. Prince Harry's friend, he's got a friend, has opened up on how the Duke is feeling following the Sentibali row. Prince Harry feels as if he has had one of his fingers cut off. Well, he resigned. After he felt he had no choice but to resign from the charity he set up in his mother's name. You resigned, Harry, you resigned. Now, this guy is called Alex Rayner, an old Etonian school friend of Prince Harry who went to the North Pole with him in 2012, has now spoken out about the row and said Harry is shocked about allegations Sentibali chair Dr. Chanduka has made against him. The pair spoke out over the weekend and Harry said he was happy for his friend to speak on his behalf. Quote, he is just beyond heartbroken and flabbergasted that the charity he founded as a teenager has been taken hostage by the chair. It feels tantamount to a hostile takeover. He is so upset and hurt and wounded about the things that are being said about him. I think it's too early to tell whether he will just walk away now or whether he might try to get it back. The way he feels is as if he has had one of his fingers cut off. He set up Sentibali with a school friend when the death of his mum was a fresh memory. At the moment, he is just in total shock about what is being said and the accusations being made. Gets worse. Harry's friend also alleges that some of the heated accusations from Dr. Chanduka may be because she's jealous of Meghan, which is something the Sussex machine said. Oh, you're just jealous. We're all jealous. We all wanted to marry Prince Harry. Oh, right. He said, quote, "It feels like Dr. Chanduka had her nose put out of joint because she was not the most important woman of colour on the stage. There is an undercurrent of stink here because Meghan showed up and it is coming from her, Dr. Chanduka." Oh, I told you there'd be more coming out. I mean, I'm brimming with it. I could almost go live and talk for an hour about this, but I won't. I'll leave you with that. So these people threaten, these support Harry and Meghan. They've never denounced them in all these years. They are always jumping up on stage going on about kindfulness, mindfulness, safety online, people who take their lives because of bullying online. But they have this group, the Sussex Squad, on their podcast said they will come after your children, your grandchildren. They will attack. And we as a family have experienced it. And yes, I have sent a link of this video to the journalist who was going to run a story about our home invasion and another lady in Australia who had a home invasion and the threats that Trevor's been getting and other YouTubers. And she interviewed all of us. She interviewed Sue Smith. She interviewed a whole ton of us. She interviewed Tom Markle Jr. all about it. Took it to the editor. He just felt it was too much of a hot potato legally. Well, I've sent her the link last night and she said, yes, okay, I'm going to take it to the editor again in light of what this lady has had to say. Further than that, there's not much more we can do, is there? My battery is dying, so I have to end the video here. I could talk and talk and talk about this one. I think, Harry, you've got fucking cheek. How do you think your family felt when you levelled allegations on Oprah? And said all that, allowed your wife to say all that shit, allowed Oprah to do that. And then you had the front to turn up at your grandfather's funeral, your grandmother's funeral, and try and look the family in the eye. And do you think they might have felt like they'd lost a finger or two or a limb? Do you think they were not on the receiving end of hate? Who the fuck do you think you are? Are you an absolute complete cretin? Don't you dare do anything stupid or play the victim. Don't you dare, because they held their heads high. I remember William, the day after the Oprah, they said, are you a racist family? And he said, we are very much not a racist family. No, you're going to eat your crow, Windsor. You're going to lick it all up, and this lady's going to spoon feed it to you. As always, thank you very much for listening. Battery dying any second. Look forward to your comments below.